Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to Feud once again, the game show without any inspiration at all, of course.
No.
And I have surveyed over 100 of our patrons over on patreon.com/Untitled side channel, and I've collated the answers once again. When I ask each of you to predict the answers of our viewers, remember that I have not influenced these answers, so some of them might not exactly be what you expect. For each question, you'll get 10 to 50 points for picking one of the top 5 answers, 50 for the most popular, 40 for the second most popular. Also, this time I have noted down any answer with a single response. And for any of those that you get, you'll get 5 little bonus points to just help anyone that might be struggling.
Okay.
We have 15 answers this time, because last time I did 30 and it was way too long. But if you would like to watch the full extended version, you can watch it over on our Patreon, where you can also have access to the audio version. This time, we're going to start with Nisha. And everyone gets 2 guesses. From there, the loser will start each round after the first one. Last time, we did try like the round robin style. We weren't sure whether that worked out or not, so this time, for the second guess, we're just going to go straight back to the player who did it first and see how that goes, and we'll figure out the format. Without further ado, let's go. Name something you would buy with lottery winnings. And I will say for this one, there is only 4 answers that weren't singular answers. So there's only 40 points maximum available for it.
Okay. I will say a house.
Solid choice.
Drink.
A house or a home is the very top answer with 64 responses.
Solid start from me.
It was indeed. And I will say there was 2 separate answers that specifically were like paying off or buying a house for their mothers. So shout out to those people. Yeah. And no one gave any love to fathers out there. It was just mums, no love for dads. So
I will.
There you go. Name something you could buy with lottery winnings.
I will say a car.
Yeah, I mean, whilst was going to be the second choice, but car. Thank you, Brad. That will net you 30 points. And that leaves Karl with just 20 or 10 points, or maybe Karl can guess one of the unique answers to get him 5 points.
Let's just go for PS5. Like something. Actually, no. Massive fat TV. Big TV.
Specific words.
A huge TV. I've got to specifically big fat TV in here.
You sort of say, I want a big TV.
Mm-hmm.
Like, home cinema system.
Okay. Unfortunately, that will get you nothing then.
It will give me no points. Oh, wow.
It will get you nothing at all, yeah. Nisha, you get your second guess.
I'm going to say a holiday.
Cheeky 5 points. I'll give you it. Somebody said travel.
I would buy travel.
There were just no answers of holiday.
Using what Karl was talking about as a jumping off point, I'm going to say a video games console.
Video game console. Stealing Karl's answer outright.
Well, he said PS5. Video game console.
Which is a video game console.
Yeah. I'd feel like Steve Harvey let me off for that.
I would have let you off for that, Karl, because gaming consoles was the category and it was the third answer. You sold yourself out of the 20 points and Brad's come and scoop them all. Okay, so it's
I enjoy those 10 or 5 points, Karl.
Which leaves you with 10 or 5 points left.
I'm thinking of like something I know as a lot of people out there want. I'd say like a good 90% of the population will be happy to either have this or have someone that they know and care about have this. So I want to say a honking set of tits. I want to go out and put out there, someone's going to say they bought by himself a new pair of tits. Because, I've got a friend who did that and they're so happy.
Clearly your friend didn't fill out this survey. 0 points there. I was even looking through all the unique answers
like that.
new boobs, fake boobs, like they are not on the list.
Oh, fair enough.
I mean, I respect the answer.
I saw that on there. You know, it's one of those things that a lot of people want to buy themselves.
And that's the kind of thing that, generally speaking, you don't get in the NHS.
No.
Not always. And that brings us to question number 2, which means that Karl gets a nice shot.
Okay.
Here. And
0. City pretty.
yeah, we've got 5 answers here, all 5. And I will ask Karl,
Okay.
for you to name a typical holiday destination.
Typical holiday destination. We've got an American audience, so I'm gonna say grandparents' house. You'll go visiting your grandparents.
As someone mentioned in the comments section last week, I think Karl thinks we're playing pointless. Because grandparents' house is not a typical holiday destination, no.
I used to go to my grandparents, and
According to our survey, it's an answer that's going to get you nowhere.
okay.
Karl's just such a sweet boy.
He is. He is. And that means that Nisha, you're on 45 and Brad's on 50. So you get to go for the second pick.
I will go Spain.
Spain. It was a really close one, to be fair. Spain / Magaluf / Benidorm / Mallorca / Tenerife. So yeah, that got 15 responses when I combined like all of the different Spanish answers together, and that gets you 30 points.
Decent. Solid, as one would say.
Right in the middle of the pack there, Venetia. And that means Brad still has the top 2 to pick from.
So any of the locations you've just put down the country.
Because so many people were like very specific with a part of, you know,
Well,
a location within a location within a location. It's like, otherwise I would have ended up with just 80 different answers that are all slightly different.
in that case,
Michelle as well.
yeah, in that case, I guess I'll play the odds and say USA. Because my first thought was Disneyland.
Okay.
That look says it all.
See, I specifically have split out Disney World and Land and like theme parks from where they were, because
You told me.
no,
You
because, like,
told me.
they are in multiple places across the world. So
That's not what you. That's not what you said.
No, but like
By your logic, Disneyland Florida would be USA. Disneyland Paris would be France.
okay, yeah. So I categorize instead of.
In that case, Disneyland.
Okay, so you want Disney instead?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay then. So Disney World / Land, because it's across the world, I had that as a separate category. So that will get you the 5th answer. We had 6 responses for Disney.
Oh.
In general, so it's not Disney World, like just Disney in general. 6 points, a solid 10. I went to say it again. I mean, you know, comments can let us know. I've tried my best. I tried to go with a bit more vague questions that led to a lot more responses and a lot harder.
I feel like you've just tricked me out of USA there.
Say that. Carry on. Okay, I'll carry on. And Karl, do you want to get some points on the board?
And Butlins. Or Centre Park. Butlins. Come on. Hey, we went for Butlins, aren't
I didn't get one answer of Butlins or Centre Parks or Hauntings.
For a typical holiday destination, what about Skegness?
I'll tell you what, I will give you 5 points because one person said Skegness.
Vegas, let's go.
So, Karl, I will be lenient because of your situation. You can have 5 more points.
Because of your situation.
Skegness.
I went on like Skeggy.
Well, Skeg Vegas is not an option anymore for you, Nisha. We've got another Have you got like a second for the because obviously that was going to be your
Yeah.
first answer.
I'll go with Italy.
I'm having a look, and Italy is nowhere to be seen.
What? So no one wants to go to
Not
Rome?
one
Venice?
person. No Rome, no Venice, no Italy. Rather many points for you to try and grab right now. What have you
Yeah.
got?
I don't know, because this audience doesn't seem to have chosen anything that any of us would have thought. It's like, do I go with my original idea? Or, you know what, actually? Japan.
Oh yeah, the weebs.
Weeb power. Come on.
There was some Wii power, but not enough to get in the top 5. I think there was like 3 or 4 responses of Japan.
I feel like this when you reading these answers out now is going to cause some uproar.
Okay, so number 1 is the beach / the seaside.
That's
Okay.
Vegas.
That's
it.
you were specific to Skeg. I'll just say, but
It's got a beach.
the second would have been something that would have got Brad more points, which is the USA, most of which was just Hawaii. People like a couple of people put like the Grand Canyon and stuff like that.
I see.
Hawaii was for the most part.
Why not group Grand Canyon with all the other canyons in the world? Or Hawaii with all the other islands?
And then something similar enough that I don't think you would have guessed separate things. Bahamas / Caribbean. Again, I know like Bahamas is part of the Caribbean, but I don't think if someone guessed Bahamas, someone else would have guessed Caribbean, so a group them together. And then yeah, Disney World Orlando. So that I don't feel like that was awful combining of places. Brad,
No, fine.
we are starting with Karl once again, but it is to name a red flag for a first date.
Being rude to the waiter.
Being rude to the waiter /
That'll
seller.
be the number 1. Like being rude to the waiter, like immediate, like just like fuck this person.
And of course, that is the top answer.
Being rude to wait staff. Don't do
Being
it.
rude to wait staff. That gets Karl up from 5 to 55. Straight away, catching back up with the pack. And that moves us on to Brad. Brad, what have you got for us?
This one's difficult. I'm going to go on the same vein as Karl. I think that the kind of red flags people will notice are more likely to be the person being negative. So I'm going to say them saying something offensive.
I'll let you pick another answer because the couple of ones that I had like that would have just been put in like with the rudeness kind of.
Okay.
I will say as well, there is actually like 8 answers for this, but most of them are just kind of all sharing the bottom place. There's a few that all kind of shared 5th place over here.
Being drunk or getting drunk.
Getting drunk / being drunk / drinking too much. There was 3 different answers of that.
I was
But
like
the bottom of our list is answers with 4 responses. So you've just missed out with the alcohol there.
Rats. Time to drink my sorrows away.
Nisha, do you have much experience with red flags? Well, how many of you?
Not really.
That's the question. Nisha. How many red flags do you have on a first date?
The only one I can think of is talking too much about the ex. So I feel like you can talk about your ex, you know, but maybe not the first date and like
The first thing you say.
it's just
Right,
you know,
look, so much
obsessed.
like
I'm not over my ex.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there is a problem, and something people really don't like on a first date. That is our 4th answer, getting you 20 points. We had
Yay.
5 people have a problem with like just general ex problems, like not being over your ex, talking about your ex too much. So, 20 points there for Nisha, bringing you up to 95, and that brings us back to Karl.
Okay, so red flags on specifically first date, yes?
First date, yeah.
red flags on a first day. I'm going to say turning up late. Because that's always a rough one when the person doesn't turn late. Says, hey, I'm at the restaurant or the pub. Are you here yet? And like, yeah, I'm getting ready. And you're like, oh.
Well, that was me today, I'm sorry. It was longer to sort this survey out than I thought. Okay, that's my excuse for being late for this date. Gets you 10 points as one of the shared bottom answers of 4 responses. It's not right. Good. Well, no, I say it's good. Being late on a first date is not good. Not good. Brad, how many red flags are you aware of?
See, being late was one of my first things that came to my head, along with the X thing. So I think I might just go with my instinctual first thoughts, even if I don't think that they're the kind of thing that I would pick. So one of my other first thoughts was somebody not picking up the check or not paying.
They're not going Dutch, split the bill sort of thing.
Yeah, the idea is that if you ask someone out, then it's courteous that you try and pay first. That's sort of the way it tends to work.
I think that had like 3 people complain about like not paying for the bill or not sharing the bill. There's still a few points left to pick up. If Nisha can grab one of them.
I'm gonna say being on their phone too much.
That's a good one. Oh, that's such a good one.
Again, many answers to get small amounts of points here. You got 10 points. Another one of the shared bottom answers there. So you get another 10 points. A couple of other ones here. The second answer is to just like interrupt you in conversation, not be interested in conversation, be uninterested in talking to you. And then another one was being too political. That would have netted you 30 points. That was a combination of like, one was like being a Tory, one was like wearing a MAGA hat.
Yeah.
And I can't, like, any political red flag I just kind of threw together there. We had another 2 that you didn't pick up of bad hygiene.
Oh, yeah, smile action.
And then very vain or narcissistic.
Well, you're almost as pretty as me.
Well, that means that Karl's not in third place anymore.
Hell yeah.
Karl managed to grab a red flag and run with it.
Last.
Brad,
Mario.
you're in last by 5 points at the moment. Because
Mario,
Karl got
what are you doing?
Skeg Vegas is
I'd with my 5 as a skeg, I'm really so happy.
And it is, what is something you would shop only online for?
Sex toys.
Of course.
Instant
Answer number 1. You'll know. That is just the... Putting Brad from worst to first. 110 points.
Didn't even have to think about it.
No.
Which ironically is what you can use the sex toys for.
Yep, that is by far and away the most popular answer with 37 responses right there.
I'd prefer to get mine from second-hand shops.
You're not just all like take them from the adult toy museums, like no. And that means Karl can only pick up from 40 points downwards.
So, specifically something you would only ever buy online.
What is something you would shop only online for? And this is these are the exact wordings I've put on the survey.
Only online. So, like, Brad's got, like, the name on the head there. Like, things that you'd be embarrassed to buy for yourself. Either you'd be embarrassed to go into a shop and get. And, like, does sex toys include, like, all things of a sexual nature?
Not necessarily, no. Specifically adult or sex toys. What I put down.
I'm going to put lube then. Or does that fall under the
No, it
umbrella?
doesn't. It doesn't fall under the umbrella, but we didn't get any response to saying
No,
it.
okay. It's real cheap online. You can get a 55-gallon drum of it. Do you see that?
Can you imagine just going around the
What are you lubing up?
No, if you're not seeing that way, it's like where
Paul
Can't
pulls
get
on like a 55-gallon keg, like, let's go.
it was Cards Against Humanity kept buying 55-gallon kegs of lube and sending it to the Westboro Baptist Church.
And that means
Some people out there know.
Nisha has to give us on.
I'm struggling with this one. I'm trying to think, because I know it's like stuff I'm thinking of awkward stuff. So stuff that you'd probably prefer to have delivered. So I'm gonna go with like furniture.
That would have been my next one.
We had a couple of responses that said heavy things, but we did not specifically get furniture, and heavy things is not on the list, to clarify. I'm not doing you out of that. So heavy things / furniture is not an answer. Yeah, we're back to Brad. That was weird because I was like checking the points. I was like, Brad's in first, but Brad, your scheme.
I'm gonna gamble in some people not reading the question properly, and I'm gonna say groceries.
It was a gamble. It didn't pay off.
Oh.
Groceries, not on that list.
I thought if you scanned it, you might be like, what do you get delivered? Oh, groceries.
Yeah.
So this is specifically something you would only ever buy online, yes?
I didn't say only ever buy online. Something you would shop only online for.
Okay, so you can only buy online.
No, not necessarily.
That's what people are thinking. So I'm thinking out loud about why not.
Okay. Remember that if you think out loud too much, Nisha's still got an answer to go.
Yeah, just think out loud. That's fine. I'm not listening.
In which case, I'm gonna say video games. They're usually cheaper on Amazon, so.
And also, digital stores as well. Like, there's a lot of download-only games. Because that is the second answer, and I think that lie is because video games / DLC all games / video game consoles. There was one person said video game consoles, so I just bundled it in, but that 23 responses, that is a nice 40 points for Karl there. Nisha's got some sweeping up to do.
Just thinking along the lines of like buying stuff digitally. I don't know if this will be like an actual answer, but like buying music, so paying for Spotify. So I'm just gonna say like paying for Spotify.
Okay, I'll give you the 10 points. Music was one of the answers, so yeah, that
Yay! Okay, that's
same
fine.
range, so a nice 10 points for Nisha, and that just gives you the lead. You might have not wanted that lead, you might have wanted to like go first, but an extra 10 points for Nisha, so it's Karl on 105, Brad on 110, and Nisha on 115.
Oh, wow.
5 points are making the difference.
Close. It is actually very close. And the other answers, we've got PC parts / equipment,
I did think computer.
movies, and then separately porn were both the fourth answer. And then also clothes was tied with music with 3 responses.
Okay.
Karl, I want you. There are 7 answers here again. Some tied here. Name an item you might order at brunch.
Mimosa.
So I was about to just Google this. Is there like, is mimosa the same thing in America and the UK?
It's Bucks Fizz.
It's Bugs Fizz, right, okay. Because I was about to just check whether we had a different term than mimosa. Because mimosa is the second answer, which gets Karl 40 points.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if we use a different term that Karl might have said instead, but yes.
No, it's orange juice and champagne or prosecco.
Okay, yeah.
It's most places in Sheffield, at least anyway.
Yeah, so I was just double checking if there was like, a different term that I would still be able to give you the right answer for. But yeah, 15 responses of mimosa gives you 40 points.
The first thing that came to mind when you said the word brunch was eggs.
And I have combined all of the different responses for eggs, and it was the top answer. The top 2 answers were like eggs.
What other responses are there?
Eggs Benedict, scrambled eggs, omelette.
Right.
They're all combined because they're different ways to prepare eggs.
Okay, I'm not an idiot then, because when Karl said mimosa, I was like, wait, we're thinking about a different thing here?
Well, clearly enough people think straight up mimosa because of brunch that it was the second answer. So eggs with 35 responses. Nisha, you've got 5 answers left to get, but they're between 10 to 30 points.
So I've got 2 answers in mind. I'm gonna say what I had the other day because I I went out. Well, it was like more of a lunch, but I feel like you could have it for brunch. Like a toasty. That's good, like cheese naan toasty or something.
Panini.
Yeah.
Or
Again.
Panini.
The category of
Sandwich.
toasty gets you 30 points.
Yay!
That is, there was 9 responses that were like a BLT, a grilled cheese, a toasty, a panini. Is that okay?
Yeah, sandwich.
So
Cool.
that puts you up to 145, tied with Karl. And that brings us back to Karl as well.
I'm going to say cocktail. It's different from a mimosa.
It is different from mimosa, and I kept it separate from mimosa, but it only got 3 responses and didn't quite make it.
Ah, that's a shame.
So you had the right idea, but just not enough people were thinking the same way as you there. Yeah, I've got another answer from Brad.
I'm gonna go with. I assume you'll have grouped them together, like coffee or tea, like a hot drink.
I did, but it's not on the list. It re-counters again. I don't know how so many more people thought of alcohol than coffee for brunch, but
Coffee's like first thing in the morning. You
Not for some people.
everyone's like, I've been awake for 2 hours, it's time to get crunk instead.
Yeah. You take me out for breakfast, I'll get a coffee. You take me out for afternoon tea, I'll get a tea. You take me out for brunch, I'm getting my brunch. So, there's never another acceptable time to order one. It's like when you're at Christmas, like Brad said. There's
Bacon butty and a beer at 9 a.m. Well, bacon butty and a Buxford at 9 a.m. Let's go.
Well, it's like when you go on holiday, isn't it? You go to the airport at 8 a.m, you get a beer.
I always do. Oh, Anisha, can you get any more points from this? You nip ahead of Karl.
I'll say Prosecco.
We all went very drink heavy on the brunch menu here.
You know what brunch is about?
Prosecco had like 2 responses, I think.
Oh, for God's sake.
Let me double check. Yeah, it's not on the just single answers here.
What?
Be bacon.
No more points. The rest of them, we did get the top 3 to be fair, but then it was waffles, pancakes, toast or French toast, avocado toast. We went just straight to just alcohol, and Karl just set the tone straight away with mimosa. Clearly got everyone thinking of
We got that's what we did.
Babu. Someone did put a roast in it, and they can just, I don't know, thinking.
This was Toby Carvery, 11 a.m.
Name something people might lie about on a job application.
Well, I've not had to fill one of these out in about 10 years.
Dear big wangers, I would like to apply.
I'm going to say they might lie about their previous experience. Everyone always pads that, don't they? They always say like, "Oh yeah, I'm definitely able to, like, run a team." It's like, what do you do? Well, I was a supervisor for a shift once.
I've pitched a supervisor on a shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the top answer. Experience with 39 responses.
So I traded health and safety. What happened? Well, I, gave someone a headache tablet once.
Oh, getting the correct answer, the number 1 answer straight away. Leave Nisha to get the 40 points, maybe.
Probably say specific skills. I'm assuming unless skills is a category, is the answer, or I could say a specific skill.
So, like, I will say there is a type of skills here, but you'd have to guess the type of skill. There's one skill that was like above.
Do you know which one that'd be?
Because I think about what I would say. Well, I thought I was telling the truth, but I realised after working jobs that it's probably not true. Is working well under pressure.
But it's
No.
not that.
No.
Sorry, Nisha. Not the right skill that people apparently
No.
and
Damn it.
that Brad might be able to get correct type of skill.
I'm not going to go down that route. I reckon some variation of lying about reasons for leaving previous employment. So why you got fired or why you left?
Calling my boss a twat.
No one's going to write in their CV, I got sacked. They'll just say, I wanted to find other employment.
Okay, so we can talk about this later, Brad. But I would
Let me
say-
guess. You split into 2 different categories, and they've both got no points.
No. Like getting fired or reason fired was responsive, but he got like 3 or 4 or something,
Okay,
so it's not on the list.
but there's one that's very similar that is on the list.
There's one that's like kind of similar, yeah.
Okay.
It's not like about being fired specifically.
I'll withhold my anger.
That brings us back to Karl.
Well, I think I know the skills one, but I'm going to instead go in a different direction and say so we've done experience, but I'm going to say the extent of your previous role. So lie about like the level of responsibility you had in a previous role.
Okay. So
That makes
yeah, it does make sense. The way I categorized it was current title or like previous title, and
I was a shift supervisor. It's like,
so that is tied for 5th, which gets you 10 points.
I'll take 10. Never know. Yum yum.
So yeah, I'm trying to like be nice, but I'm obviously we can discuss. We can discuss. That means Nisha has another chance. And I'm not against giving retroactive points if we can give a fair argument.
Or if it's a loud argument.
Then no.
I'll go with lying about knowing a different language.
Oh.
Was she could have Joey on Friends?
That was the skill you missed out last time. Language skills / ability.
Yes.
So that gives you 20 points because that was our 4th answer.
Yeah, I was just thinking of the on Friends when I think Joey lies about. What is it? Is it French? He lies about
It's French,
speaking.
French, yeah.
Je m'appelle Joey. Blah 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 blue.
Toute la fruit.
He also lies about a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
Like I think riding a horse is one of them.
Yeah, I think that's right.
But then there's the thing where he says you can drink like a gallon of milk, and he does that.
Hmm.
Brad, you've got one more guess. That's correct, right?
Yeah, I'm struggling. How much they want the job?
I didn't specify.
No, but I mean that's what they
I
might
thought
lie
you said
about.
how much do they want the job?
No,
Like,
no,
I
no, don't really want. I mean, I guess that's not on there. Otherwise, you would have known what I was saying. But no,
it's not on
how much they want. No, how much they would want the job.
there
they're
was
applying for.
there was a couple of people that said that they're excited about working there.
Yeah, that basically that.
So the one that I was thinking about giving Brad was like the reason for having a gap in your job.
Yeah, that is different.
No, I agree with you there. That's not what I was looking
It's
for.
close, but it's not like why you got fired.
No, I was looking for specifically the reason why you would have left a certain job, not why you wouldn't be in employment. So
Again,
that's
that
what-
was another one that was like out of the running that got answered a couple of
Yeah.
times.
No, they're 2 completely different things.
The second answer was what your education or qualifications are.
Oh, obviously, like experience was the first thing we all thought of.
Then gaps in jobs would have been joint 5th with current title / previous title. And the third one, which I think is more American based, is criminal history. Because I guess like there's, obviously there's more people in prison in America than in the UK. Guess there's something that maybe comes more in mind to our American audience, but yeah.
Unless you reply to our Baskin Robbins.
They always
Baskin
find
Robbins
out.
always finds out.
I love that joke. Like Baskin Robbins always finds out. It's like what?
It's a joke they had to approve as well. Like, there's no way that they'd be in that film without approving it.
Yeah. Criminal history came to like 9 responses, so clearly something that didn't even come to my mind whenever I was asking the question.
I get it. Like, in my personal mind, it's not something I would lie about, but I can understand why people would.
Of course, yeah, because like I can understand why people do it 100%.
I'd like to turn myself into a big criminal. Makes it sound cooler. Gives us talk on your first day.
I used to work and run a company that was called Big Thieves Incorporated.
Oh, big stealing.
Big wranglers.
After that question, that means Brad, you're on 160, Nisha on 165, and Karl on 205.
Oh, it's like done. It's the suit look, just a job question.
Well, Mario had to start doing.
We might want to start speeding up because we've taken a while even on these first few.
That's fine.
But the alcohol does. And that means, Brad, you've got to bring your expertise out of the suit and into the bedroom. You've got to name something you might say in the bedroom.
I'm going to sleep.
What?
I'm going to sleep is nowhere to be seen.
Oh no.
That's what everybody says in the bedroom.
Whoever announces I'm going to
I am going to sleep.
you just fall asleep.
Oh, Nisha, have you got a better answer than I am going to?
No.
No, clearly there's heavily implied sexy times, but I was like, no, what everybody says in a
I
bedroom.
will say,
I'm sleeping.
there were a couple of questions in this survey that I gave the possibility for NSFW answers. For the most part, not in every one, but for the most part, people were like more sensible than I thought. But we did have the top answer of like sex toys. So it's not out of the realm of question. But I just thought all of this would be like 100% sexual acts and just 100 plus deviants in the chat have entered. But it wasn't quite as bad as I thought.
Apparently nobody sleeps in the bedroom.
No one announces I am going to sleep.
Well, actually, to be fair, people do announce it, but it's usually the other rooms.
Yeah,
Then they
yeah,
go to the
like,
bedroom.
I'm going to go to bed now, and then you walk to the bedroom.
Or
Next to the bed. I'm sleeping now.
or if you're the other person in the room, you could ask the person, "Are you awake?"
Is that what you're going to ask?
Yeah, because I feel like I can't say any like rude answers because I don't want to say
Just
them.
got to spray in with one.
I'll
I
say
don't
that,
want to
like-
say them. I'll go with the say like the
Maybe that's
the innocent answer of "Are you awake?"
The innocent answer only got, I think, maybe 2 responses because it's
At
not
least
on the
there's
list.
something there.
And it's not on the unique answers either.
Oh no.
And then go ahead, Karl.
well. It's obviously going to be daddy, innit? That's got to be number one. The word that gets said most in the bedroom's got to be daddy.
So, there is a 1 involved, but it was because only one person said daddy. So it gets you 5 points. It gets you more than Brad and Nisha.
You're a hero. Some hero, man.
It's for daddy.
You can get daddy
Even all
points,
these people
Karl.
know me then.
Oh, I feel like, at least daddy was better than I'm going to sleep. Oh, Brad, have you got a better answer for us this time?
No.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to go with the answer that I think everybody would. You know what? Seeing as apparently going to bed, like going to sleep, isn't great. Is it in yet?
You should just say, Brad, that was great. I might be it.
Is it in yet? It's got to be the comedy answer that everybody will say.
Nobody put, is it in yet?
I can't have the. I'm not allowed the serious answer or the comedy answer.
0.
God, who are these people? If there's a variation of
Oh,
going to
God.
bed, I'm going to be so irritated.
Well, you didn't say that. I'm just going to clarify. Just think of what words you have uttered in a bedroom before.
Just any reds.
I'm getting rid of Mario. It's not serving me well.
It's not.
See, I don't say much because I'm just tired. Maybe that is it. I'm knackered. I'm too knackered.
Tonight, love.
Not tonight. I'm too knackered.
I've got a head.
Too tired.
That gets Nisha some points on the board.
Yes. Too tired.
Third answer, just I'm tired.
I'm tired. Yeah.
Tired, so that gets Nisha 30 points.
Ah.
This is what I mean. It's not all like, put it inside me, baby. It's just, I'm tired.
it's slimy baby.
We realised everyone's just fucking knackered.
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to hear the rest of the answers eventually.
So I'm going to go for the other answer of I have a headache. The
That's
classic.
nowhere. I was just reading the list. It's nowhere. Okay, I guess I can have Karl and Nisha be adjudicators on this one while I have a conversation with Brad. So the answer that is on there that I was tempted to give Brad is just good night.
No, I'm tired is not good night.
No, I am going to bed.
No, I said I'm going. I said I'm going to bed.
I don't think that's good night. Or good night.
I don't think it is either. Like mine was a declaration that somebody is going
I
to
am
go to
going
sleep.
to sleep.
Well, not like
going to bed.
no, but I meant it in more of a like, because obviously I know that Luke's grouping things together. My way was more of a casual in the bedroom saying I'm gonna go to bed, or I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yeah.
But that's different to saying good night, because saying good night is after that. So that's fine.
Yeah.
Don't like it, but fine.
That was the top answer, so you probably should have argued a bit more.
I think that I was right.
I think it's a separate statement.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other answers, second place was just the word fuck. No fuck me, nothing, just fuck.
How many people said just the word fuck?
6 people. There was 24 that said goodnight. There was quite a few just blank responses on this one. We had fuck at second place. I'm tired was tied with stop stealing the blankets. With
You
5 responses each.
You roll over us a little bit.
I love how innocent some of these are. Then there's just fuck. Not even, not do you want to fuck? Not
No.
how was that fuck for you?
No.
Fuck.
Then with 4 responses with I'm sorry. And then,
See, I got is it in yet? And then the follow. See, I keep getting the questions and not the follow up.
and then 3 responses was just a casual good morning. We are all nighttime thinking right now.
They just seem so obvious, yeah.
Yeah, we had Daddy in there. We had Alexa play Barry White. Charisma did. Oh, that. There was a few casual like, this is where the magic happens. Let's get ready to gamble. With an edge of 5 points, but not is it?
Welcome to the fun.
Oh no.
There was also Mistress as well as Daddy. It might be a nice time to be in third place. We'll see what happens. You need to name an animal that is extinct.
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur's just been taken out of my list. It had 4 responses.
How the
Get wrecked. Who are you answering this quiz?
So Nisha next, aren't it?
angry?
No, I'm just amused and baffled. The main thing people think about when you use the word extinct.
Is it?
It's clearly not.
That wasn't my first thought, but yeah, maybe. I will go with mammoth.
The woolly mammoth.
The woolly mammoth slash mammoth is the second most popular answer.
Everyone was a woolly mammoth. Now I'll stick with that, and I'm going to go for the dodo.
The dodo is the top answer by a mile.
Oh my
I would have
God.
expected
Like
dodo to be
nearly
second.
half of the answers.
Dinosaur first.
Most famously.
You know what, Brad?
Uh,
I'm gonna be nice, and I've given you 20 points because what I've not done is separate dinosaur and T-Rex. So that would get you the fourth answer is T-Rex. So I've given you 20 points.
Wait, is T-Rex the only dinosaur that was mentioned?
Not enough other dinosaurs were mentioned to like put it above. But yeah, I mean, I know. Okay, 30 points because it puts above. That goes to number 3 if you combine it with dinosaur.
Okay.
and dinosaur.
Again,
You should
maths here.
specific animal. It's a type.
Yeah, but like dinosaur is not an animal. I've done a bad job organising this one. I've given you those points.
Okay.
So I'll give you like the answer of T-Rex as the only dinosaur that's in the top one.
Is it me again?
That does bring it to you. So we've got Dodo, Mammoth, and T-Rex answered, and then there's
Saber-toothed tiger.
Saber-toothed tiger gets you another 10 points.
Oh, that was my.
That brings you up to 200. I felt a bit mean when I was like, technically dinosaur isn't an animal, but it is answered. So there's one more left to get. I'm going to give you 10 seconds.
I'll just say platypus. I know it's obviously not extinct, but I can't think.
Not anywhere to be found, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
Ultimately, I had enough time to think of an answer.
Yeah, so I'm going to go for the Tasmanian tiger.
Tasmanian tiger is the other answer, so that gets you the 20 points there.
There it is.
Well, Brad got the 30, that is the 20. So that had 9 responses. And that means that Brad is the first to answer our next one. Is name an animal that you could beat in hand-to-hand combat. And there were 8 answers because there was a hypnotizer.
This is so broad.
Oh my god. There are many bonus answers for this one.
God, an ant.
An animal, it's an insect.
Insect would also count, but ant doesn't get you any points at all. There's so many points on the board, and ant got like 2 responses.
We'll go with me next. Yeah, I'm assuming it is.
So Nisha's next.
Yeah, I'll go with a rat.
The rat gets you 5 points. You know, they're all rat.
Just the imagery of it.
Like, just going up to 240 points there. Like the singular rat. Like the rats are vicious. Rats can they'll give you plague apparently, which you know nowadays
One-on-one
rat true.
People's elbow rat. So I'm going to go for, a bit of pup snuffer and a dog. You got to snuff that pup.
Unfortunately, that gets you 40 points because it's a joint second place answer.
Yeah, so that's it. I reckon I could beat a dog. Not like a big dog. Like Cade in a fight.
Cade would fucking have you. Look at this face. And that means that we've got a better answer than Ant from Brad.
I'll just say cat. If a lot of people said dog, I'm hoping people said cat.
A lot of people, 8 people also said cat as well as dog, so that gets you 40 points as well. People be beating these house animals right now.
You got proper work the body when it's on the ground.
Nisha, do you have a beloved pet that you'd like to beat up? Apparently that's where you're getting points.
Okay. So I could go. I can go through the pet route, or
I'm not saying that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go with my first thought. I say fox.
I don't think we'd have anyone answer
Really?
fox. Did you say fox?
I did say fox. Yeah.
I'll look on Discord there.
So I was thinking, kind of like a dog. They're quite skittish as well, so.
That means we've announced Karl to get some more points.
Yeah, so I'm going to go for... So this is like, what's the biggest animal you think you could beat?
No, just an animal that you think you could beat in hand-to-hand combat.
Okay, so if it's not the biggest, just an animal you think you could easily beat. And you said, like, people have answered things other than just what would be an animal, correct?
No, I said not everyone's gone for pets.
Okay. Well, you said Brad mentioned ant. You would have answered that.
Oh, yeah, so, like, if people have said, like, a type of insect or something, that's fine, like...
Okay. No, I'm going to say then a fish. Be a piece of piss to beat up a fish.
Nobody said fish, though. Nobody...
No, fish. Oh, okay.
You're right, though. Like, provided the hand-to-hand combat is on land, because what happens if it's hand-to-hand combat underwater, Karl? I think you might be fucked. You know, judge and jury and executioner goes to the 2 people that didn't answer, but would we separate mouse from rat? Because I did. In a fight.
Yeah, because a mouse is like this big,
Yeah.
and rat like this big.
Mm-hmm.
There's a distinct size and weight and power differential.
But then you could argue that Chihuahua should be separated from, say, Great Dane because they're differently sized.
Well, no one said Great Dane. Everyone said like dog or small dog or Chihuahua.
That's
Like people said like wolf, which are separated. The
Yeah.
wolf is not a dog.
Still a good boy, though.
Nisha, are you happy with the fact that
Yeah.
this is not a rat in color?
That's fine. Yeah, there's big size difference, so.
Because I wanted to clarify before I said because mouse was the number one answer.
Mouse.
Of course it is.
And then the other joint second place answer was chicken. Then after that, we had two joint answers of squirrel and hamster. And then after that, the last two were in fourth place rabbit,
Oh, that.
gerbils. And I did Google, like, gerbils and hamsters are apparently different things. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why did everybody go down the route of what animal
Like,
could I have in my house that
yeah,
I could
what
beat
is
up?
The cute fluffy thing that you can look across the room at right now that you could beat up.
All you need to think is just say, right, is it the size of my fist? Just go one good swing on it, is he going to go down?
And like,
That's nice. I did think rabbit, and I was like, oh no, I'll go away
Yeah.
from the pet.
people went straight for I could murder
Yes.
something cute and fluffy. So, Brad, name something that you might lick. There are 5 answers.
Lollipop.
This was a close one. A very close one. Lollipop had 27 responses and is in second. Gets you 40 points.
Well,
Better than 0.
Is definitely better than 0.
I think I know what
And
one
that
is.
means, Nisha, you get to maybe guess what the other thing that you might lick might be that is not a lollipop.
I'll go with ice cream.
It is ice cream. With 28 responses, there was 1 response difference between ice cream and lollipop. And that puts you 10 points ahead of Brad, 208, but Karl's still 30 points ahead on 320. Karl, can you get any of the other answers?
Is like the batter from like a spoon or a whisk on that? Like cake batter, like licking the spoon or licking the whisk. Does anyone put that?
Somebody has put whisk. Okay. As a unique answer. There was a couple that said spoon, but they didn't specify, like, you know, cake batter on a spoon. It just said a spoon. So I'll give you the 5 points for the whisk.
Palm is tempted to give the rude answer, but we seem to have quite a mature answering audience so far.
There are
So-
some non-mature answers, but there are also... There's been
Yeah.
surprisingly more safe for work than I thought it would be.
I think you would have separated ice cream from things like ice pole or like ice lolly. So I'm going to say, you know, ice poles, like the frozen sticks you get there.
Yeah,
flavored.
the just like the long sticks, a lot of people call them ice poles.
What do you call them?
Not an ice pop.
An ice pop, normally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ice pole is what you used to call them when we were kids.
Yeah, I know that, like, Jenna always said ice pole, and I was like, what the fuck's an ice pole? And then is what I would call an ice pop.
Don't like that.
So that type of
Yeah,
ice
so I did
thing.
separate those, because ice cream and ice pop, ice lolly, popsicle for the Americans, like, very different things, and that gets you 30 points with 15 responses. I just categorized them all together, like ice pop, ice pole, all that stuff, but that's very different from an ice cream.
Yeah.
So catching up everyone here, and Nisha, can you catch up a bit more? We've got the 4th and 5th answers left on the board. And some...
I will go with a yogurt lid. Or the yogurt pot, yeah, as people like.
Oh yeah, the yogurt lid's on there, but it does just get you the 5 points. It's just one person said yogurt lid, but it's better than nothing.
I think you would lick a battery. You never did that? Never licked a battery?
No, like,
No.
I've seen, like, people in school lick batteries and stuff, like, yeah, but it wasn't on
Okay, I thought maybe people would pull that as like a joke answer.
there.
just a wound.
I was a bit confused about the 5th answer, because we had 4. Well, we had 3 responses that just said salt. And I'm like, are you a
Well, I
horse?
guess like
But
what are you
then
doing?
The one response to go with that was also like salt when you do tequila. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, maybe that's what people are thinking.
Like in the salt.
And then the fourth answer was less safe for work. It was wife/vagina.
What? Just
So,
why? Is that an episode where he's like, nice, and it's like lick eyes.
there was like an answer of wife, and I was like, I presume that's what they mean, and they're just being a bit less, a bit nicer about it. So I've put that in there together.
Big question: how many cocks?
There was 2 responses of penis, and another response of like genitals.
It's pronounced penis.
Penny. We did have a couple others here of like a toad, a mushroom, a cat. Stamp.
But the toad one I get because like it's supposed to be you get high if you lick a toad. But why would you lick a cat?
Another one, your lips. Lick your lips. And that means that Nisha, you've got to name your favourite thing to do at a party.
Drink alcohol.
Damn it.
Drink alcohol is the
Immediately.
23 responses.
Say
Drinking alcohol.
leave. Leave and go home. Just immediately go.
Party leave.
And that means that Brad, you get to see if you can
Hey.
do this.
Some form of engaging conversation.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, all the conversational ones are grouped together, and that means that you got the third answer, 30 points. Just talking, conversation, talking to friends. I got 13 responses altogether. I'm 340 points, so 5 behind Nisha now. And then Karl.
I'm gonna go for drinking games.
I'll be generous and give you that. As playing
a-
games.
Okay.
Playing games in general.
Guys get humanity, that sort of thing.
Do we agree with that?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
That gets you 20 points, Karl. That is the fourth answer. So that puts you in tie with Nisha. So you're all 5 points away from each other at the moment. Karl and Nisha on 345 and Brad at 340. So these 5-point answers could come clutch. That goes back round to Nisha.
I'll say dancing.
Dancing was like sick, I think.
Oh god.
You've just missed out with dancing.
How?
Yeah.
How? I love dancing.
I think that had like 9 or 10 responses of dancing. But I guess maybe people are thinking like more along the lines of like house parties rather than like parties at events and stuff. And like, again, I don't know.
Well, I had 2 other ideas. One was dancing, the other was eating food.
Okay, well, eating food puts you at level
Is it a
with
5?
everyone else. It's a
Is it a-
5-pointer because their answer was eating free food.
3 food specifically.
I'll give you the eating food, obviously.
Amazing.
And that just leaves Karl to try and get any more points.
I want to say, petting the host's pets. Petting the dog, petting the cat.
That was just behind dancing. That was like dancing at 7.
Oh, is it the one chatting up birds?
No, it's not.
Or meeting new people.
No, so,
Chatting up fit birds.
I didn't know whether music might have been set for dancing as well.
ironically, Nisha accidentally got more points that she doesn't earn. Because Nisha got the second answer straight after the first one in leaving.
Oh, leaving?
Oh, that was it, leaving.
Leaving was the second response.
My favorite thing about a party is leaving.
And then, the fifth answer also was seemingly very antisocial as well, of like, either sit in a corner or hide.
Their favorite thing to do at a party. That was the question, right?
I'll name a superpower.
Flying.
Flight was the top answer with 18 responses. So that means Karl gets 50 points.
And you didn't specify a superpower people would want, just a superpower.
Name a
Yeah.
superpower, yeah.
Yeah, people always say flying first. If it was superpower you'd want, there's another one that people always pick.
Yeah, and
Just name a superpower.
name a superpower, that's all I put. Name it.
Mind reading.
Mind reading / telepathy is not
Hmm.
an answer.
Well, I mean, it is an answer. It's just not on your feet.
Yeah, okay, it's not an answer that got in the top 5 responses. It got a few responses.
Super strength.
It also didn't make the cut. It only got a few responses.
Seems like an obvious one.
It's where people's minds go.
Yeah, it is. It's like I wouldn't necessarily think these were the first 5 things I would think of. And that brings us back to Karl, doesn't it?
Super speed.
Super speed was like answer number 6.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah. Again, like these are, you'd think like super speed, super strength, like easy top 5. Flight was the easy one, but apparently less easy for the rest of the 4. I don't necessarily think like they're not really obscure powers or anything. Like at least every answer got at least 10 responses in that list right now. So Brad, what are you thinking?
Teleportation.
Teleportation was the 4th most popular answer, getting you 20 points.
Some points. Yes.
That had 11 responses for teleportation. It means Nisha, grab any points to this question.
Telekinesis.
Telekinesis is actually in 3rd place, getting you 30 points.
Invisibility.
Invisibility was answer number 2. There's
Pyrokinesis.
pyrokinesis wasn't on the top 5.
And then X-ray vision.
X-ray vision was a bonus answer. 1 person said X-ray. A few people said heat vision. A few people said, well, 1 person said X-ray. And then the other one was shape-shifting.
Ah.
That means Brad's in last place with 365, Nisha 375, and Karl 395.
Sorry, still.
So Brad, this one is one with many bonuses. Got 6 answers. Name a job you didn't know existed as a child.
Completely blank. You know what? YouTuber.
That's what I would have said.
Content creator is the top answer. Yeah. 50 points to Brad.
No.
Just because didn't know as a child implies it didn't exist as a child.
And obviously people are watching, like the people on our Patreon answering this are people that are watching content creators and like thinking like,
Oh,
you know,
good luck, you two.
Trying to think like, yeah, what I wouldn't have heard of or thought of when I was younger. Maybe like website designer.
Okay, so again, I kind of grouped stuff together here. I put all kind of like programming stuff together here. So that gets you the 4th most popular answer. That gets you 20 points. So there was like, some people said like a QA designer, some people said like a website designer or a programmer. And put those jobs linked together. Because again, if I took everything very literal for this one, we wouldn't have been getting it.
Too many.
Like, so that's the top and the 4th answer taking. Karl, what have you got?
I'm going to go for manager. Because the idea, when you're a kid, you don't think you can be paid to tell other people what to do. So it
I literally do not think anyone answered manager.
Okay, so it's like, you don't think the idea of like manager or supervisor, how is that a job? Someone just tells you to do your job and, and that's their job.
I think there might have been a couple of people that said like supervisor or something like that. But again, like it's not on the list.
Okay.
And that brings us back round to Brad.
I'm thinking like...
About.
Charlie, Rick for a bit.
I just think.
I'm thinking like getting the mindset again of when someone's a kid and when you find out a job and you go, oh my god, I can be paid for doing that. And I have 2 examples in mind, so I'm going to try and choose carefully between them. I'm going to say, based on our audience, a video game tester. Would you have backed that?
The only one that I had for that was like a QA tester, so I put that one in programming. So I'll let you pick another choice.
In that case, food taster.
Food taster isn't on there. I was checking if it was on like the bonus answers, but it's not.
I'm gonna go with like illustrator, like drawing and stuff like that. People might, you draw a lot as a kid, you might not think, oh, I can make money from this or make a career.
Yeah, for sure.
Also,
it didn't go anywhere, I'm afraid. No points for that. It's there.
artist's not a real job anyway. You can just do all AI now.
Content creator's not a job anyway.
What do you get paid for? Entertaining people. I don't believe that's a job. Anyway, I'm going to go watch Love Island. No, which is going to be my answer. Reality TV star.
No, that is not on there. I don't even think I was answered at all.
Okay, my other thinking was critic. I like telling people you don't like things. Like review.
Not one that came to mind for people. We had the second place answer was like accountant/accountancy work, like tax work, accountant. And
Wow.
the third answer was working within the porn industry, like being a porn star, that kind of thing. And then we had programmer, and then the bottom two were like insurance broker, adjuster, worker, and data/systems analyst.
Oh,
Really
honestly,
like jobs that a kid wouldn't be able to even comprehend.
Yeah.
the words data analysis. What is it? Is that it? Analysis?
An analysis.
No.
Analyst.
Data
Analyst. That's it.
That's a six.
Those words. I was like, maybe that, but I don't even know if I pronounced it correctly.
That's what Chandler does, isn't it? Data analysis. No, it's statistical analysis and data reconfiguration.
Just want to ask, like, I think I've been fair, but there was one bonus answer that was flavor scientist. Don't really think that's food tester. Though.
I think if somebody was going to put food tester, they'd have written food tester,
Yeah,
not flavor
Like,
scientist.
flavor scientist is like the people working on the flavors. With food tester is like the person tasting the food.
Yeah.
I got second.
You're gonna go second. Okay.
Nisha Panic.
Okay.
Anyway.
The sixth answer.
Depends what it is.
Nisha, name something that has a long neck.
A giraffe.
A giraffe. By far.
Oh, I
not
panicked. Panicked.
Carl, you might have wanted to go second.
I was thinking if it's a difficult one, she panics. And give me a time to think.
Yeah. No, like, think about half the responses. 53 responses were giraffe.
Giraffe.
Well, just under half.
Yeah.
So yeah, name something else that has a long neck. And it just says something that has a long neck.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it counts, but I'm going to say snake.
Entirely neck.
Neck. Or just along everything else.
See, the question isn't does it count, because I don't decide whether it counts or not.
How many people said
How
it?
many people guess it? And 6 people guess snake, which is the joint third answer. Because everyone just went for giraffe.
Yeah. Then it, like, if you want
30 points.
animal. Just think, is it either got a really small neck or is it all neck?
Let's think. Like, let us know in the comments. Is the neck of a snake like? Is it small? Is it long? Is it non-existent?
My favourite jokes I ever made of like, depending on how you think about it, a snake is either the most difficult or easiest animal to strangle.
And Brad, name something with a long neck.
I've got 2 things in mind. The problem is that both of them have a lot of variations or subcategories, and I don't know what you'd have done.
That's the idea.
So, I'm going to go with Brachiosaur.
Brachiosaur had like 2 or 3 responses. It's not on there. Right, but there was like, I think it was like someone said like a brontosaur.
Yeah, I assume
know
you may
it's
have
like
grouped those together.
Any of those, the people that I can tell are thinking of the long neck dinosaur I just put together. And that means, Nisha, you've got another shot.
I will go with ostrich.
What did you say, sorry?
Ostrich.
Ooh, ostrich was not on there, no. And that brings us back to Karl.
I'm going to go for a swan.
Yeah, that was my other one.
Another easy.
And that was tied to a snake, so that gets you another.
Oh,
That sucked. Should have gone.
A swan snake combo.
Well, the reason why I didn't want to go with Swan is because there was another one that I thought would have been, like, people's choice would have been split between. But if Swan did well, I'm going to say Goose.
Goose also did well because it got you the 4th answer. That gets you 20 points. That's not enough to, like, bring you back, but it also means you're all nice and tight, grouped together.
Okay, so that's the
So,
monster.
Loch Ness Monster was a bonus one. One person said that. So when you guess the other two, I want you to remember that I didn't say name an animal that has a long neck. Name something that has a long neck. Something that has a long neck.
One of my other thoughts was like a bottle of wine or something like a.
That was the second most popular, a wine or beer bottle.
Oh.
Why didn't I just go with that instinct? Why did I change my mind at the last minute? Oh my god.
Is that all of them, or are there any more?
There's the fifth answer no one's gotten yet.
Is this also not an animal?
Tripod.
Not a tripod.
No. My mum.
Right, no. There were a couple of people named in the bonuses.
Okay.
But can anyone guess what a long neck item is?
No, not stop.
Was Corey Taylor there? No. It was a guitar or a bass guitar.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So that means Brad, you're in last place with 435, Nisha in second with 445, and Karl in the lead with 455. And it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to edit this and be like, I did count up all the points correctly while having a drink.
Oh, I can't wait for actually winning like the final count.
So it's everyone has a chance to win. And Brad, we're gonna start.
Oh, I don't like the pressure.
The pressure is on. There are 6 answers here, and you've got to name something you find attractive in a potential partner.
Neck.
A long neck.
A long neck.
My immediate first thing, and I'm going to go with my instinct here, eyes.
Please.
And that shakes.
I don't like Lucas's reaction there.
Yeah, it's on the list, don't worry. You get the fourth most popular answer, the joint fourth answer. That gets you 20 points with eyes.
Okay, so I'm now tied with Karl.
6 people said eyes, so you tied with Karl at 455.
6 losers said eyes.
6 people said eyes. Nisha, what have you got for us?
Hair.
That's not a good answer. I'm afraid.
No!
It was not a solid answer. It only had like 3 or 4 responses with people saying like long hair, nice hair,
Long neck.
long neck.
So if Karl gets the top answer now, he's won regardless.
Well, I know what the top answer's going to be. I'm going to repeat an answer I said earlier in the video.
Okay.
Big honking tits. Big titty golf.
Please no, don't let me lose on tits.
Afraid not, Karl. Only like 3 or 4 people said boobs or
Really?
big tits or.
That's not the first thing they look at.
0 points for Karl. Again, people have been more wholesome than I expected today.
It's wholesome.
That's big titties. It's wholesome.
Big titty golf girlfriend. Let's go.
So Brad, you've got a chance here to seal the.
Can you repeat the question word for word?
Name something you find attractive in a potential partner.
Something you find attractive. just take what Karl said. Even bigger to know.
I'm afraid even bigger titties was grouped in with titty.
I'm gonna play it safe because I really want to win.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say because I reckon that people will have gone the same route I have, but they won't have been as specific. So I'm gonna say face.
I like my partners to have a face.
No, but an attractive face, obviously.
Oh, you said face.
Please tell me.
Just a face.
Well, eyes was certainly more popular than face.
Yeah, that's it. You didn't say a good-looking face. You said a face.
Face / good-looking face is not on there.
Damn it.
It's 0 points. Anisha, you also have a chance to like. If you get the top answer right now, you clinch that you're at least tied with Karl.
Okay, I'm gonna say a good sense of humor.
That's the one, yeah.
That is the one. Nisha got the top answer, 24 responses.
We're sat here like,
That
please,
was
Brad,
the
don't say it.
actual
Don't say it.
awesome response. The actual one.
Yeah. First thing you always
Should have known.
is always sense of humor.
So that
We
means
should have known.
that Karl has a chance to tie, and I don't have a tiebreaker.
I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna play not safe, but smart. and think respondents will be men and women.
Mhm.
The only other thing that everyone I know looks at, because I've done an experiment on this, where I did an informal study of asking all of my male and female friends for a couple of weeks of what do you look at on like a partner, and they all, without a doubt, said the same thing, regardless of sexual preference or gender and all that good stuff. They said nice ass.
Does nice ass get Karl the second most popular? It doesn't. It doesn't all. That was tied with titties. Titties and a musk are the same.
DNA. So I was just thinking that's what like I have every like person I have met ever always says like, yeah, when you look checking someone out, and I realise because you check them out when they walk past.
I think it's quite telling that the two men went for like physical parts of the person.
Well, the other one's just going to be like, you know, sense of humour, what Nisha said. If I knew that'd be the right answer,
Well, yeah.
I'd go for.
It's like every single dating profile, everyone's always like, I want somebody with a good sense of humor.
So I'm gonna give Brad and Karl a chance. When I knowing that I've said that, can either of you guess with one guess the second most popular answer?
I think I might know what it is.
It's going to be caring, isn't it?
I was thinking along the same lines, like loving or affectionate.
Okay, so you are on the same points at the moment. I need one guess each from both of you.
Confidence.
I'll go with affectionate then.
So confidence had 6 responses, and affectionate didn't have enough to get on the board. That gives Karl the second place. The actual second answer was intelligence.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be like trustworthy or reliable.
Then intelligence, then a smile, a nice smile, then eyes, then confidence, and then personality.
I've got none of those things.
I'm like, I think after that it was like humor, nice tits, nice ass. No, not humor, honesty. Then tits and ass. So honesty's just more important than tits and ass.
I didn't mean it as being important. I mean, it's like, it's an initial point of attraction.
Yes, yeah. So yeah, and a potential partner as well. Like, obviously, physical attraction is important in a potential partner.
No.
Okay.
But
I definitely got bogged down with physical attributes.
Yeah, Nisha was the one that saw through it all.
Yeah, because I thought we're saying physical stuff. What about the stuff that's not physical? Like, what would I look for? And it's sense of humor.
Yeah, what a sense of humor. Room that.
Well, what if you see that they're telling a joke and all the friends?
Just dressed as a clown.
Oh, because they're dressed as a clown. Yeah.
You forget to notice the one
Stay the
you laugh.
fuck away.
Like,
They are dressed as a clown. Run. That's the biggest red flag for a first date. Is they come as a clown.
It's specifically Pennywise.
Oh dear. And the bonus answers here that just got one were money, a heartbeat, glasses, similar taste in entertainment, or a nose. Not a nose, just the nose. A nice nose.
People like, like cute button noses, or people don't like my nose because it's all like wide here and it sticks.
So one person was really looking for somebody's nose across the room.
I was very tempted to say money on my second one, but I thought that more than one person would have said it as a joke.
See, I'm really glad that only one person said it, because that doesn't makes me feel a little bit better than humor and intelligence won out over like money or big tits or a big dick. Like,
I never
we had a wholesome time in our survey.
That's the thing. I don't want anyone getting the wrong idea. I never said it's the only thing. I was
thinking of like reactionary things that people might say when they've got one.
I like them. It's like, what would you be thinking?
Like, you've got to think of like how you've got to try and get in the mind of the people surveyed over on Patreon. That's what you got to do.
It's impossible based on the variety of answers we get in these.
It is, yeah. But anyway, yeah. Thank you all for joining. Been lovely, and I'm glad that we got it down like so tooth and nail. That was a tough battle.
It was. Well, thought of
Always fun.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Nisha.
Congrats to Nisha. You're gonna have to think of like some kind of reward / forfeit for winner or loser or something. We'll figure that out behind the scenes, but yeah,
Yes.
if you all obviously want to contribute towards the answers to the survey and throw everyone off, then you can go over to patreon.com/untitled side channel and get involved. But hope everyone has a lovely day and thank you for watching.
yes.
Once again, we are here to say a big thank you to our patrons. As you can see scrolling past you right now, our supporters, big thank you to them, but even bigger thank you to our VIPs. And a special way of thanking them, we are going to go through some of the top movies on IMDb, as if made by the USC.
So, the number 1 film on the list is the Patrick Bratson Redemption.
Oh, great movie. Number 2, the Benjamin Friedman Father.
Number 3, we have the Dog Shay Pinder.
Ooh. Number 4, the Mile High Farm D Father Part 2.
At number 5, we have 12 Angry Sarapol.
12.
Shut up.
Number 6, a masterpiece, is Liam List.
At number 7, oh god, there's so many words in this one. At number 7, we have the Lord of the Aero QC, Return of the King.
Number 8, we have Jet Road Fiction.
Oh god. At number 9, we have Lord of the Rings, the Binger of the Ring. The Binger of the Ringer.
Do you want to say Fellowship of the Binger? That would be much easier. Number 10, The Good, The Bad, and The Kynan Plays Games.
At number 11, we have Little Bear Gump.
Number 12, Popsicle Tart Club. That's a great club.
Don't talk about Popsicle Club. Oh no, another Lord of the Rings film! Okay, so number 13, we have Lord of the Rings, the Rotoscope Towers.
There's only one word in this title.
Oh yeah.
Number 14, Shinetchian. It's meant to be Inception, I was wondering.
Synaptian. Number 15. Why do I have the long names? You have like the shortest name.
If one word, you have 20.
Star Wars Episode 5, the Andy Ellis Strikes Back.
The number, what are we on? Number 16, the Armite One-Atrix.
At number 17, we have Anna Goo Fellas. Or Good Anna Goo. Good Anna Goo.
Anna Goodfellas.
Oh my god, Anna Goodfellas.
Number 18, we have One Flew Over a Dinner DJ's Nest.
And I have also one word. At number 19, we have the Fezwerer Ven. It's supposed to be 7.
We didn't think this through, did we?
No.
At number 20, we have Joshua Knapp Samurai.
And finally, at number 21, we have It's the Wonderful Samuel Chesser.
Yes, it is. If you haven't heard your name, it'll be in one of the other videos. We have a lot of these patrons, so we record them in multiple segments now.
Well, that was interesting.
Hope people enjoy these interesting readouts.
Yeah, it'll be different every month. So,
Every month.
It's going to get more ridiculous, I think.